Hi guys, welcome back to CSS video tutorials. And in this tutorial we are going to be discussing how we can create and save and use CSS file. Okay, now in our previous video, CSS video you saw how we can use CSS file. Now I'm going to really show you how to really incorporate it to your website, how you can link it up, how you can save them, where to save them, the best place to save them, and how to use it. Okay, now when a browser reads a style sheet, it will format the HTML document according to the information in the style sheet. Okay, now we have three ways we can insert CSS into an HTML document or HTML file. Now the first one is an external style sheet, and mostly what we are going to be doing here in this tutorial series, in this CSS tutorial series, most of the work, all the work we are going to be doing are going to be included in an external file sheet, and it's going to link it up because that's the best way to the recommended way to use a style sheet. Okay, now external style sheets, we also have internal style sheets. We also another one is inline style. Inline style is not a sheet actually. Okay, now external style sheet, with that you can change the look of the entire website by changing just one file. Now I already told you in the introductory video. Now each page must include the reference to the external style sheet file inside the link element on the web document. Now as you know, the link like what we have here, like for example, now this here, this link is our external style sheet link. Now it is linked here in the head, between the two head tags, head elements. It is linked here. Now this now for example, now you see this web page. Now let's try to remove this. You're gonna see everything there is gonna go. There is gonna return to the normal HTML structure, default HTML structure. You've seen that, just like that. That means the page is not linked. Now we can, if we link this back, now it's gonna return back to our style, the style we gave it. Okay, now that's just it. Now you'll notice that the linkage is done. The linking was linkage. The linking is done. I'm not from England, I beg. The linking is done at the head section of the HTML document. Now you can see the link, the rel, and the rel style is style sheet. I don't know what this is this really means actually, but to make it work you have to include this style sheet. It's telling you the type of sheet you are trying to use. Try to link it up. Now style sheet. Now this is the location and the file name. Now in the folder where our HTML file is, now in the folder we also have a CSS folder. In that folder we also have a CSS folder. Now in that CSS folder, let me see, okay, then that CSS folder is where our style sheet is located. Now when we try to open this, now you see this is the directory. In our desktop I have YouTube. Inside that YouTube I have CSS HTML tutorial, where I used to create tutorials for HTML. Now I also have CSS tutorials. Now inside this CSS we also have CSS folder. Now this is the best way to set up your web directory. Okay, now the only document that is permitted to be included in the root folder of your web project is HTML's documents, HTML files or PHP files. Okay, now your CSS file should be included in a folder, should be inside a CSS separate folder inside your root folder. Now images are also to be stored in a separate folder. Okay, now that's where it is. Now in the directory we have CSS folder, and that CSS folder should be included. You have a forward slash to tell you that this is a folder. Okay, now just follow this standard. You just, if you include your CSS file inside a CSS folder, now you are going to use that, you are going to arrange it the same way I just did. Okay, CSS inside the folder, you put a slash to indicate that the CSS is a folder. Okay, now the styles.css is the file name. Okay, just like that. Okay, okay, that's just that. Alright, now if the body element, now let's add do a little work here. Now let me delete this. Oh, this is a comment we did in our previous tutorial. Okay, now body, now when we remove this, you can see that all the styles and formatting we did, they are gone. Okay, they are gone, they are just gone. Now let's first of all add a style to the body. Now you want to add a style to a body, maybe a background color to the body. We just you just select the body. Now background color, background color. Okay, let's use light blue. Now let's try to check that out and see what's gonna give to us. Now you've seen this light blue. Now let's view our page source. You see that there's a link to our CSS file. This is it. Okay, light blue. Alright, it means it's working now. Now let's like I told you when we were talking about the syntax of CSS, you saw that this is called a block, a declaration block. Now everything you declare will run here, will be that the instructions that the web page will follow on that element you selected. Now let's check something else out. Now let's see this. Sorry. Now let's select another element, which is h1. Now the color of text in that h1 should be, let's say, navy. Let's say margin left, the margin left 20 pixel. Margin left should be the space between the beginning of the line. It's gonna move 20 pixel from the beginning of the line. Okay, h1. Now you see it's only h1 has moved 20 pixel from the beginning of the line. Okay, alright, so you can see that. Now that's for external style sheet. Now in internal style sheet, maybe use in one single page. Now it may be used if one single page has a unique style. Now if a single page you want to create a different style for it, probably it's not going to be recommended anyway. Yeah, so I'm just showing you for showing sake. Okay, now if for example all what we did here, you want to use an internal style, so let's for example comment this. Let's comment this. Sorry, let's comment this. That means it's not valid. Now let's comment that out. Let's use an internal style. It's just like this. Close it. They are internal style are defined within the style I'm trying to create. Alright, now you can see, sorry, you can see the browser not when we check this page from the browser. Now on the browser you see all the styling are gone. So now let's bring this information, the codes here. Let's bring the codes here and insert them here and see what's gonna happen. You can see they are back. That means you can also add colors to, you can also add styles to your HTML document using the internal style sheet. Okay, alright, now there's another one we call inline style. An inline style may be used to apply a unique style to a single element. To use inline style, add the style attribute to the relevant element. Now for example, we want to add that here, probably to here. Okay, now let's remove this. Let's say style. This is how it's done. Style color, the properties, the color should be, let's say, yellow. The first paragraph, that you see that. Okay, let's change the size. Let's change the size. Font size. Font size, you have 16 pixel, 15 pixel. Oh, let's take this one down here anyway. I'm not used to this inline stuff, so for the teaching sake, I'm not gonna recommend you use it anyway. Okay, font style, font size, '18. Okay, you see it has increased. Actually it has increased. Okay, and that's how you can add style, inline style. So let's add margin to that. Let's add margin here. Margin left, let's say 30 pixel. You can see 30 pixel from the left. Okay, so it's not going to be really it's not recommended for you to use this style sheet. It's not recommended for you to use the inline style sheet style way of styling your web page. Okay, now we are going to end this one here because of time and continue with the same, because I'm not done with the styling stuff. I'm not done yet. We're still going to discuss it in the next video.